Hello and welcome back everybody, it's time for My Hero Academia once again, and holy fucking damn, this chapter was blazing all the way through. Tamaki is just going absolutely ham on these three precepts, and I mean, like, we got to see some crazy shit from both sides, not just from Tamaki, but Tamaki obviously has the upper hand in the end, but for a while it does actually seem like he could be on the losing end, as he is overwhelmed by the combination of these three quirks that he is facing. As a massive Tamaki fan, I just have to talk about the fucking moveset that we got to see him dishing out in this chapter, because that was on a whole other level from what we've seen before. I don't think anyone will disagree with me when I say that, because when Tamaki called out Chimera Kraken, that's when the chapter's hype meter went from 100 to a fucking million. So yeah, as we see these huge reinforced tentacles just wrecking the whole place, we get to see just why Tamaki is considered one of the big three of the UA Academy, because this guy was on some All Might level shit. Not in terms of power, but I really got All Might vibes from when he was fighting Numu, as we see Tamaki just go beyond his normal limits. I mean, let's face it, if not for Tabe's quirk to be able to consume anything instantly, that attack would have been the end for those three precepts at the very moment. But thanks to Tabe, they managed to hold on for a little longer than that, but even with that extra time, it didn't get them very far. But Tamaki did take some big damage by Hojo, as we did see him take a direct hit by his crystallized fist or whatever, right to the face, resulting in a pretty nasty injury to the right side of his face. So I wonder if that's gonna leave a scar or not. I mean, I don't really see that being a thing, but if the hit wounded him as badly as it looked, it would be a nice detail to see. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing really that important really. So Tabe's eating quirk, I think the quirk is called meal officially, so let's go with that. He manages to make quick work of the tentacle that Tamaki has created, and it's not just a tentacle, it's like a really strong one, reinforced with shells, carapace, and even the octopus's muscle mass to make the swings even more powerful than normal, as we see his arms are really fucking bulky on top of the actual tentacle hands. So Tabe's meal quirk is not weak, since it is able to just crunch through that like it's nothing. I'm quite happy that Tamaki was the one to go up against these three, or well, especially Tabe, because apart from Aizawa, who can erase these quirks, I don't really see anyone else having the same kind of edge against him that Tamaki had. Well, maybe Mirio. Fatgum did even say that Tamaki was the strongest out of the people there, so even that confirms that Tamaki going up against these three was the only viable option at the time, most likely because of the quirks that these three had. Well, I'm not sure if the quirks were known to the pro heroes, but even if they weren't, like, we can probably assume that they expected the precepts to be on a whole other level from the usual grunt. So to have one of their best handle them was most likely a tactically good move, while having another top player, that being Mirio, actually head for Eri. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to talk about when it comes to this chapter is the difference between Tamaki and Togata. And while it has been said that Togata is officially ahead of Tamaki as a hero, I have my reasons for thinking that the gap isn't as big as people think, if there even is a gap. The reason why I say this is that we've now seen some absolutely crazy shit from Tamaki in these previous chapters, yet we've barely seen anything from Togata, yet that is. But I'm sure we will really soon, as he approaches Eri and more than likely runs into one or more precepts to deal with. But yeah, like, I kinda have this feeling, I think I even said this in previous reviews, but I think the gap between them is mainly due to Tamaki's lack of confidence. He really doesn't believe that he's as strong as he is and all of that, so, and that might be what's holding him back a lot. So after seeing what we did in this chapter, I'm really at a dilemma that I can't really say with a straight face that Togata is actually stronger than Tamaki until we see what Togata can do. I mean, we've seen his quirk in action, but we have not seen him get serious with it. So until we see a fight between Togata and a villain, I'm actually going to consider them equals, because Tamaki hasn't shown his full strength either, since he never actually used his swordfish power that he was given by Fatgum, but I bet he will later on in this arc. I wouldn't actually be surprised if Tamaki and Togata are going to be doing a team battle in this arc either. I could see it happening, especially as I said, since Tamaki has yet to use his swordfish power, and there's no reason for Fatgum to have given him this food if not to have him use it. So yeah, I am actually betting that a fight consisting of Togata and Tamaki as a team will happen, most likely fighting Overhaul, and the reason why I say Tamaki in that fight is that he can actually keep up with Overhaul, since his quirk ability isn't directly linked to his body. If Overhaul disassembles Tamaki's octopus arms, for instance, it's not really going to affect Tamaki's own body, and he could in theory just generate another octopus unless there is a cooldown that we don't know about. It will at any rate be very interesting to see what this arc holds for both Tamaki and Togata, because let's face it, this arc is heavily revolved around these two characters as of now. To some extent Izuku and Kirishima as well, but I don't really see them as being the focus ones at the moment, because they're working with Tamaki and Togata as lower ranked students, so it really does put Tamaki and Togata's roles at a much higher plateau than just being side characters. Well, anyway, I'll be rounding off this review here before I get too off topic. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and as always, if you did, please like this video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new to my channel. This has been your favorite host, Perm, and I'll see you soon.